What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hope you like this video. This is going to be just a quick wrap up of Big Brother episode 23 and 24 because I didn't give you guys a little wrap up from Sunday. Part of the reason being that I didn't, part of the episode got cut off because we had a storm, yada, yada, yada. So, you know, I got DirecTV. Y'all know what happens with DirecTV, honey. It knocks it right on out. But essentially, what happened on Sunday night was the nominees went up, and what we saw was Tiffany. Tiffany has been the mastermind of the cookout, and if she doesn't get credit for that at the end of the season, I'm gonna be really, really upset by that because Tiffany has absolutely wrote the framework for this alliance. I'm gonna give Xavier credit for keeping it together. But I'm definitely got to give Tiffany that. So Tiffany being HOH, you know, of course her target is SB. And the plan was that they agreed that they would go up once it got to this point in the competition, that they would go up next to their person. So for example, if it was Xavier's turn, Alyssa would go up. If it, you know, SB's turn, Colin is supposed to go up. If Lil D was still in the house, if it was Hannah's, you know, if it was his turn, then Hannah would go up. And that's what they all agreed to, and they were all cool with it. So Tiffany, you know, let Colin know, listen, it's SB. And he was like, okay, well, you know, I want to go up because, one, that was the plan, and two, I just feel like I want her to go, I want her to be up there with me, right? But you know, we've got this mysterious final power in the big rollers room, which someone could play the coin of destiny and they could win the secret HOH power, right? And they could basically hijack Tiffany's HOH. So again, Tiffany says, listen, she wants Derek F to use the power. Basically, anybody who has the money, she wants them to use the power to try to make sure that she doesn't get hijacked by Sarah or even Kylan at this point. Now, Derek F, I have no use for you. Like, I just don't. America clearly loves him because he kept getting money. But I don't. I don't love him. I don't like him. And, you know, Tiffany went to him and he was like, yeah, girl. Yep, you know, whatever you need from me. Sure. And then, of course, in his confessional, I don't trust her. And if we weren't in the cookout, she'd have been gone. Sir, based on what? Let's be clear. The cookout is what's saving your ass. Because I promise you, if the cookout didn't have you covered, you'd have been gone. I mean, been gone. Because let's not forget, the only other alliance you made in this house, well, I ain't going to say the only other alliance because y'all be in 20 different alliances. But the first alliance you made was with Frenchie. He was the first one out the house. I mean, after his HOH. First one out the door, okay? Like, sir, the only thing keeping you in this game, you have won no competitions. You have won no vetoes. You didn't win none of the wild card room. You are no threat to anyone. You are a floater. Like, your social game is on 20. But other than that, don't nobody want you here. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Anyway. That just irritated my soul, if you can't tell. So, Claire actually ends up winning. He throws the competition. He uses it. Because, I mean, it wasn't no need to hold on to the money. It's not like you could do anything with the next week. Like, the high roller is over. He used it, but he threw the competition. Claire won. Claire kept the noms the same. But, ultimately, and it actually worked out in Tiffany's favor that Claire not only used the power, but that she won. Because, now that Tiffany's HOH was hijacked, she actually gets to play again. So, she gets to play again this week because she didn't get a full week as HOH. So, we have Colin, SB, and Xavier on the block. Because remember, Xavier, one of the punishments he took was to be the third nominee, right? Claire, if I understand correctly, and y'all gonna give me together if I'm wrong, Claire, because she is now the shadow HOH, she can't play for HOH this week, but Tiffany can since her HOH was stolen from her. So the likelihood that the cookout is going to be in power for another week is pretty damn strong. The problem is, at this point, I feel like they need to disband the cookout. My opinion is, and I understand, I get it, y'all. Don't beat me up. I really think that once all of them made it to jury, they should have just kind of said every man for himself. Because at this point, I feel like everybody is sort of stifling the game they want to play just to preserve the idea of the cookout. And I'm here for the cookout. I'm glad to see they did it. I'm glad to see they were able to keep it together as long as they have. But I really think that once everybody made it to jury, kind of let everybody do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Because think of how different of a game this would be if Hannah and Derek X were playing for each other. If Colin and SB were kind of playing for each other. Xavier and Alyssa. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We have what we have, and it's going to be what it's going to be. Because let's be clear. This is the last week. No. This week. No. That's a lie. Next week is the last week that we could have 2 non-cookout members on the block. But the way that they're doing it now, with them kind of putting someone against that person, they can stretch it out. Anyway, I'm running way left. So tonight's episode, I can't keep up. Tonight's episode, it was about Power of Veto. So here's what cracks me up about this game. And let me be clear. I have never played Big Brother. I have never been in the house. So I understand that it's a roller coaster of emotions. But I thought it was so funny. Last week, Sarah Beth was all on her high horse and was, I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm making my moves like this and I don't care how anybody feel about it and I don't care what anybody want me to do about it. And oh well, it's my HOH. I'm going to do what I want. And now that the tables have turned, now it's all, I don't know why everybody's coming for me. Why are they coming for me? Well, I don't understand. Yeah. Girl, not a week ago, you was all about, it was your HOH and you was going to do what you wanted to do, right? So anyway, it just cracks me up and I get it. Like I said, it's emotions and it flips on a dime. It's whatever. So then we have the Power Veto competition. So Alyssa ends up playing, Hannah ends up playing, and Claire ends up playing. Now, of course, everybody wants to win the veto for their own personal gain, for their own personal reasons. Ain't no need in rehashing. We know, right? But actually, Hannah ended up winning the Power Veto, which, of course, she was excited about. Because she said, listen, we're in the second half of this thing. I need to kick this in high gear. I need to kick this competition in high gear. I need to win. So she ends up winning, which, of course, SB sort of knows that that's sort of like the nail in the coffin for her and for her game at this point. Now Colin decides that he wants to lobby to get them to use the veto for him. And so everybody in the cookout is kind of like, why? Like, the plan is, you know you're going to be up there. You know you're safe. You know you don't, like, you know what the goal is. So why do you want anybody to use the veto to take you down? Like, we all agreed that this is what we would do. It just so happens that you're the first person to have to do it. But we all agreed that this is how this was going to go down. So now everybody in the cookout is sort of giving Colin the side eye because they're trying to figure out what's he up to. Now, Colin's mindset is, I know I'm safe, but if they take me down and they put somebody else up, then hopefully we could campaign for that person instead of SB and I can save SB. Well, Hannah was like, there was never any doubt in my mind who I was going to use the veto on, but it does make me give the side eye to X a little bit. I mean, to Colin a little bit. So, Colin, you were basically pissed off your alliance for no good reason because Sarah Beth is going home. Hannah takes X off the block, and that is where we are. So, the live eviction is tomorrow night. For the pretty certain that Sarah Beth is going home. And if I'm right in my understanding about how this thing is going down, Claire can't pay for HOH. So the only wild card this week is if Alyssa wins. Other than that, the cookout is in control. Now, the second wild card is everybody sort of giving Colin the side eye. And if Colin wins HOH, it could be trouble. Anyway, the other thing that happened with this episode was they got to go to a premiere of the movie, I forgot the name of the movie, but it was a Broadway play. They've made it a movie. And once again, because Hannah won, she got to take 3 people to watch the movie with her. So she took the 3 people that were on the block, which I thought was pretty cool that she took the 3 people on the block. So it was SB, Kylan, and Xavier with her. Derek F. mad. Talking about, she know I really wanted to see that movie. I'm not going to forget this. And I kept waiting for him to smile or be like, I'm just playing. I get it. No, he was dead ass. Again, Derek, nobody's scared of you. Anyway, that's what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.